The next thing you need to do, now that you have downloaded the J connector, is to navigate to that directory wherever you've downloaded it, and we are going to look for the MySQL connector binjar file. The version number here may be several different numbers, but the important thing is it'll be Java binjar. So let's go ahead and navigate to where we downloaded that file. So we go up a level, and again I downloaded it in J connector. This is the directory where I expanded it. This is the file that I'm looking for, the one that says MySQL connector jar, and then, like I said, the version number may be different, but it'll say bin.jar. Now, copy that. I'm going to press Control-C here. If you wish, you can right-click on it, and let's go back to the notes to see exactly where we want to put this. So, here I find that file. And now I need to navigate to Program Files, MySQL, and then your MySQL server. Again, the version number may vary all the way down to the bin directory, so let's go ahead and go there. So again, I have copied this directory, or this file. Just to make double sure, I'll go to Copy. And now let's go ahead, go out to my C drive. I'm going to go to Program Files. On some versions of Windows 7, you may have a couple different versions of Program Files. You may have times 86, so you may have to look for the MySQL server in both Program Files and the Program Files times 86 if you have two such versions, but mine is pretty straightforward. I'm working in Windows XP here, and I go down to MySQL. This is the MySQL server that I just installed. I did have a previous version of MySQL Server 5.0. I uninstalled it, but it looks like there's a remnant directory here, so I'm going to hit delete here, and I'll say yes, and that should wipe out the older version I had of 5.0. Now let me go ahead and navigate into the bin directory of MySQL Server 5.5, which is the most recent directory that I created. Most likely you won't have any previous versions of MySQL on your computer. And what I want to do is I just want to paste into the bin directory that file that I copied. I am in the bin directory right now. I want to paste that file, so I'll click down here at the bottom and I'll select paste, and you can see I now have that file in this directory. This file is actually what's going to allow me to make a connection to MySQL with my databases. Now, going back to the notes, the next thing I need to do is I need to go to the control panel. I need to make a path for all of this stuff. So in Windows XP, I want to go to my system directory, and I'm going to click on my Advanced tab. This looks a little bit different in Windows 7 or Windows Vista, so you may have to look around for it. And specifically what I'm looking for is environment variables. Let me catch up with this in my notes. Now in Windows 7, I show what this looks like, and this is pretty close to Windows Vista also. So I just clicked on the environment variables, and now I need to click class path. seem to have lost my window. Where is it? Here it is. So I'm going to click on class path, and if you click on edit, you can see if you already have a class path to where we're going, and specifically what we want to make sure is that we have a class path all the way down to the bin directory, irregardless of what version number we have for MySQL. Now, I'm installing 5.5, so this is already a little bit out of date for my notes. The only difference would be that I got to have 5.5. It's easy enough to get that path. All you need to do is go back out to your window, click in the address bar. You need to make sure you have an address bar. You can make it happen by going to View and selecting that you want to see it. So after I've selected, I'm going to press Control-C, so now I have that. And now I'm going to go back to my control panel. And I see here that I already have it. Okay? Now, it's possible in your machine you don't even have a class path. If you don't, you're going to have to click New. You'll write in class path in the window that appears, and then you will just have this one simple directory that we're about to put in. However, here, since I already have it, it's just a matter of highlighting what I have here, hitting paste. I like to put a semicolon, a period, and a semicolon here, and I'm going to say OK. Again, if this didn't exist, if I didn't already have a class path statement, I would have clicked New. I would have written class path here, just like this. And then I would have pasted the path here, followed by a semicolon, period, semicolon. But because I had this, I didn't need to set up a new class path variable, so I'm just going to hit cancel there. Okay, so it looks like now we have a path, a class path anyway. And at this point, we should be able to create our database, which is the next thing that we're going to do here. So we've got class path. And with that, let's just go ahead and say OK. Now, if you've just installed MySQL, I would suggest at this point you reboot your computer so that Windows is aware of your class path. It may already be aware, but the safe thing to do at this point is just to go ahead and reboot this computer. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reboot, and as a result of this, I will not be able to go on with this tutorial any further. So this concludes the second tutorial on doing MySQL.